The Miami Dolphins are set to take on the Arizona Cardinals this Sunday at Hard Rock Stadium, and this matchup is a big one. Miami's coming in with a 3-4 record, same as the Cardinals, and both teams are looking to claw their way up in the standings. But here's the kicker: Tua Tagovailoa, the one and only, is back under center. Yes, Tua, who hasn't played since Week 2 against the Buffalo Bills, is ready to make his return. And there's a real anticipation about what his presence could mean for a Dolphins offense that's been struggling to find any rhythm. Let's talk about it. It's Tua time, and the Dolphins need it now more than ever. This offense has been anything but electric lately, with Skylar Thompson, Tim Boyle, and Tyler Huntley all stepping in, trying to fill the void. It hasn't worked. Week after week, the offense has been, let's face it, lackluster, barely hanging in games with minimal scores. But now, Tua's back, and fans are hoping he'll bring back that energy, that spark that got everyone talking last season. The question remains, can he, fresh off the bench after a 4-game absence, be the difference maker against Arizona? We're about to find out. And if Tua's return wasn't enough to make Dolphins fans optimistic, there's Tyreek Hill. Hill has been listed as questionable due to some lingering injuries, but word is he'll play. Tyreek hasn't been himself these past few games, especially after that explosive 130-yard performance in the opener against Jacksonville. After that, he's been limited to just 164 yards over the next 5 games. That's simply not enough. But with Tua back in the lineup, you can see the excitement in Hill's eyes. He's fired up, ready to make some plays, and there's this feeling that if he can link up with Tua like last season, we might just see those long-yard gains, those highlight reel moments that remind everyone why Hill is one of the most dangerous receivers in the league. Now, on the other side of the ball, there's a big challenge staring down the Dolphins' defense, James Conner. The Cardinals have leaned on Conner's power running, and Miami's defense has to be ready. Conner's a tough guy to bring down, always fighting for those extra yards, and without Zach Sieler on the line, this task becomes even harder. Sieler's absence, after that painful injury to his orbital bone, is a blow to the front seven. He's been a rock, a reliable force game after game, and now that he's out, the Dolphins will need to rely more on Calais Campbell, a familiar face for the Cardinals, and hope the rest of the defense can step up to contain Conner. And let's not forget Kyler Murray's scrambling ability. He's always a threat to turn broken plays into gains. And then there's the question of the Dolphins' run game. In the last 2 games, Miami ran the ball more than 40 times, an approach we haven't seen in years. But here's the question, was this heavy run approach just a band-aid for their quarterback situation? With Tua back, it seems unlikely they'll stick with that volume of carries. But even if the rushing attempts drop, they still need an effective ground game to balance things out. The hope is that a more balanced offense with a stronger pass threat can make Miami's run game even more effective. Lastly, let's talk about special teams. They've had a rough time, and that miss from Jason Sanders in the Colts game last week didn't help matters. A missed 54-yard field goal in the fourth quarter is never easy to swallow, and the Dolphins are feeling that sting. This time around, with both teams pretty evenly matched, it'd be great to see the special teams come through in a big way, maybe even make a game-changing play. A solid punt, a timely field goal, anything to put points on the board and keep the Cardinals at bay. So there it is, Tua's back, Tyreek's primed, and the defense has a real challenge on their hands. It's a lot to take in, and Sunday's game could very well hinge on these factors. Will Tua reignite the offense? Will Tyreek deliver? Can the defense hold up against Conner and Murray? And will the special teams redeem themselves? Each question carries weight, and the answers will shape the season for Miami. It's Week 8, and the Dolphins are still in this fight, with a chance to turn things around. This is the game that could give them momentum, that edge they've been searching for. Fans are ready, the team's ready, and come Sunday, we'll see if Miami has what it takes to edge out the Cardinals and keep their season alive.